Okay, we're back on Steele and Manson. Linda, I'm gonna top up your wine on this segment because this is almost a what the hell is wrong with people segment.
I know,
I'm
right?
beside myself. I'm still catching up on my sleep from Halloween. Up till 4:20 in the
Thank
morning
you.
with the dog. You're welcome. Dude, let's talk.
Okay, well, first of all, what has happened to people these days? This crowd behavior, it's Halloween in particular. Look at what happened at UVIC
This is
on
crazy.
Saturday night. Whoa, hundreds of young people, obviously. Well, that's a crappy situation.
This is beyond. Like, who's
Who does
doing
that?
this?
What the hell is wrong with people, even though that's not this segment, but
No.
you could easily call it that.
Because we need to talk.
People are drinking too much. There were people arrested. There were people injured. There were people who fell off, street signs. And it wasn't just in Victoria, because this is what happened in Delta.
Tawasin,
Also,
particularly
at
South Delta
Halloween.
Senior. I'm looking at you. I graduated from this high school. You know what? Really, this is ridiculous. This makes me so angry as a parent of a high school student. This is my alma mater. These are people, they broke the sprinkler system. They damaged it. People were assaulted. They're firing Roman candles at each other. Are you kidding me?
First responders as well. So there were several people arrested, and they haven't
Good.
actually laid charges yet. But Delta police are saying, anybody help us identify these people,
Yeah, where are your
please
parents?
do.
Where are the parents?
Well, let's ask where the parents are for these people. So at the PNE in September at the concert.
Little baby.
Right, the headliner pulled out for whatever reason. People lost their minds and started to riot and destroy the kiosks. They caused $300,000 damage because these little babies were mad that they're not going to have their concert. So we're going to destroy people's livelihoods.
So what is it about this that is sparked here? Like,
Well-
whether it's a Stanley Cup riot but in 1994 or in 2011, or it's little baby who says, I'm sick, I can't do this show, so we're gonna bust things.
Well,
I mean,
and
come on.
Like the Stanley Cup riot, the VPD came out and did a most wanted list
Good.
of PNE rioters, and they named and shamed them, and those are some pretty clear photos.
Let's look at this.
I can't believe that these dudes have not been identified already. They probably mostly have. Jody, if you were the parent of one of these young men, how would you feel right now if you saw your young boy on
If my
TV?
son was involved in something like this, he would find his room stripped down to a light bulb, and I would close
Right?
all social media accounts. I'd take away the phone that I pay for. It would be swift and meaningful consequences, which I believe is something that's lost here.
Yeah.
Is the swift and meaningful consequences associated with bad behavior, and being, Linda, and I'm so grateful for law enforcement, and at the same time, I'm so sick and tired of hearing, if you have dash cam footage or phone footage, would you please send it to us? It's like, are we not maybe at the time where CCTV cameras, every Brit drama I have ever watched has been solved by, let's go to the CCTV
But
camera.
it's not the police
No,
who are holding
but
up
they
the
need it.
CCTV
They need
cameras.
it.
Let's show you what we're talking
Okay.
about. This is in Australia, I believe. This is what
Yeah.
they look like. They park it in a high crime area or a busy public place, so in case there's
Event.
bad behavior, they can go back and look at the video.
Right.
The police want the video. It helps solve crimes and the photos and what have you. It's the public that doesn't want it. So the Vancouver
Why?
City Council was asked to pass a motion to have CCTV cameras in high traffic locations, and it got voted down. And the reason was they said, well, this is an invasion of your privacy. And I'm thinking, if you're not acting like an idiot and destroying things and committing crimes in public, then you have nothing to worry about. That's just the way I feel about it.
So, like, how about just with the example of those two locations at UVIC, or three, sorry, UVIC, South Delta Senior Secondary, and on the PNE grounds. How about we start with those? Places where events like this have happened, how about we put some cameras there, or put those little mobile camera trucks
Right.
that we were just showing there, and put up signs, and Handsome Brad is all over explaining to us, like, it's a personal privacy thing, and we need to acknowledge that. Okay, we do. And that robot that goes out in...
Well, wait a minute.
Sorry, he's laughing at me off camera, but if you put up signs and say, hey, you're on camera.
You're on
be aware.
camera
But
everywhere you go.
You and I agree that we should put cameras everywhere we go, and we're fine, because we're not breaking the law. You know
Well,
what?
the reality is everyone has a camera in their pocket. There are surveillance cameras everywhere you go.
Agreed.
If you could see the waves of the kind of microwaves and the Wi-Fi, you wouldn't even be able to see your way to walk through. You're on camera everywhere anyway.
100%.
If your child was kidnapped, you would say, where is the
I have a
surveillance
story.
video?
I have a story for that. Okay, quickly, I wrote a column for the Orca about this because a good girlfriend of mine, her prepubescent daughter, was at Granville Island right around the time that there were all those random attacks on children in Fairview Slopes and Falls Creek and at Granville Island. And her then, at the time, 10-year-old daughter came home and said, this happened to me. She was embarrassed about it. She thought she was at fault. She had been groped by a man.
Oh,
and so I said, you know what? Report that to the police right now. And I said, this is the number. Do the thing. Ask for these people. Figure it out. They went to Granville Island, a private company that has surveillance cameras, and they saw the moment where she was standing, saw the act of being groped, and that guy was a repeat offender. He was a pedophile, and he went to jail.
I just think, I mean, I really do. Maybe I'm not thinking this through, but I believe that we're all safer, that if surveillance video can help solve crimes, make areas safer, outside stores. Remember at the IGA on Robson Street when
Yep.
I kept getting, the
repeat-
staff were getting punched in the face and robbed, and they put one of those little portable CCTV cameras out there. People were mad about it, and I thought, mad?
are you
How
mad
about
about?
being the employee who's in the store, who's facing off with guys who have knives and what have you?
Totally, Linda.
I don't know.
And at the- and at the
100%.
I'm
Cameras.
with you. I'm with you. And we are at that point now where we have to think about how our justice system would move more swiftly with the evidence that
Yeah.
is indisputable.
Right.
So I think that's a piece. I would give up my personal privacy in public places
Yeah.
in return for swift and meaningful.
Very quickly,
Yes.
you have a Rod Stewart.
I stood in Rod Stewart's bedroom.
What? Why?
Well, I'll tell you later.
Okay, all right. Stay tuned for that. Still
did.
ahead, there's a whole lot of online angst right now with the world's richest man taking over Twitter. The racist trolls are celebrating. How worried should we be? A social media educator joins us next.